Montoya is talking about money. Let's see here. Cloud Imperium bringing in that cheddar.
With 1 day remaining of the Invictus event, Star Citizen seems to be falling a little bit short of last year's sales. Let's dive in and take a close look at the numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. Invictus has been extended for another day or two, and we are sitting on roughly $18 million worth of sales. I'm curious to know how this compares to previous years and what this may mean if we're falling short. Let's take a look at what is happening. Right now, we're closing in on 18 million. Last year, for the same period, they had 21 million in sales. Now, consider that last year, the ships which were selling were essentially the Scorpius, which I believe was $200 Warbond, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, types of ships are important, but also what's happening on the macro side of things is really affecting people's purchasing. It's a nice little docking, boarding ship. I picked one up just because it looks cool. But the big seller was definitely the Scorpius, because this is a heavy fighter. It looks like an X-Wing. Everyone loved it, and sales were awesome, as you can see by this huge orange bar over here. This year, they went a different way, and they brought in a cheaper ship. So I like what... I don't think it's all ship. I don't know if Montoya talks about this at all, but I don't think it's all about ships. I mean, that's a big majority of the reason why, right? But I would say what factors into this also is this is a terrible year for people. Like the macro side of things, people don't have the same kind of money. They're maxed to the limit on their cards. Credits at the all-time highest per consumer. It's like people don't really have as much as they used to have, man. This isn't like printing money season. You know, this isn't printing money season like the Rona days.
What they did here. What they did was brought in the Fury. Now, I picked up one of these. I spoke about this in the previous video. Go check it out if you want my opinion.
Yeah, and they'll still survive. Yeah, they'll survive. I mean, those are very impressive numbers going through a bear market right now that they're even pulling that in. But here's the thing that I think long-term is going to have an effect. You know, Limitless is this... People vote with their wallets. People vote with their wallets all the time. So you might also be seeing like less revenue coming in slightly because people want to see certain things like say, server meshing and, you know, what's going on. I think this is like maybe a little bit of that's involved in this as well on the lower revenue side of things. People are saying, you know, like, hey, what's going on with server meshing? What about these physics that we got to deal with, right? And then the answer to that, the temporary one, was last night on Inside Star Citizen. We watched where they're giving us the Arena Commander with different maps, new, upgraded, detailed. They look fantastic. I think it's a smart chess move on Cloud Imperium's part, right? And they're kind of detouring us over into this so that people can have better experiences, which is a smart chess move on Cloud Imperium's part, right? But in the meantime, maybe there's less revenues coming in Limitless because a little bit of the people are like, hey, you know, like let's focus on these types of things that we really need to know. We need to know what's going on with server meshing. We need to know what's going on with quantum, how trade's going to fit in, how the AI is going to fit in. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And so therefore you might see revenues slightly decrease, not only just because of the macro, not only because of the type of ship, you know, the ships that were released this year, but also because possibly people are thinking like, hey, what about the next roadblocks? Like, what about these roadblocks in our way?
It has its drawbacks. It has its shortcomings. It's a snub fighter. It doesn't have a quantum drive. The fuel's terrible. And if you sneeze at it, you lose your maneuvering thrusters. But it's priced at $55, which is fairly affordable compared to last year's,
and we're always going to have
which was $200. Not everyone
these are big
is
ones.
willing to spend $200 on an internet spaceship. So $55 is what they went for, the cheaper option. So how many of these ships did they sell? Taking a look into the breakdown of the numbers itself, you can see
Fun
that
is important.
the day that the Mirai Fury went on sale, they made $1.3 million in sales. Now, that doesn't count the packs or the 12 pack they had? They had a pack full of all these ships in. It was very cool. Not that I got one, but I guess if you own an interest and you have lots of friends, then go for it. But essentially, at $55 a pop, if they sold 1.3 million, let's estimate roughly 20,000 were sold, which isn't bad. 20,000 people, not people, well, 20,000 individual ships of these were sold. Not a bad number itself. Looking at the other days, Aegis had a very good day with almost 1.35.
Yeah, Execute says Invictus didn't have anything over $90 in new stuff and no ship with Quantum.
Storm, which is the
we're
new
showing for veterans
concept
ever
tank,
says Execute.
came in at 1.1
wow, we're gonna shame them for that,
Drake
aren't we?
Day, big
Let's shame them.
at
We're doing this for
almost
Execute.
1.4 million. I see a lot of people
doing this. We're
people.
giving out
a lot of people I know actually went
calling
and got
it
the Kraken,
Imperium.
surprisingly. So that sold
that's
very,
a worthy
very well.
shame.
So
I think
for
that's a
the
worthy
month
shame, Execute.
of, let's just check the numbers what they have. I guess we're missing the last day, but so far for the month and one more day to come, we're looking at 18,176,000 right there, right below my camera over there, is the total so far with one more day to go. So yeah, they may come close. It may hit
PC
19 million.
potato, man. PC potato.
So very close indeed. Now, the surprising part is this. Patch 318 was horrendous. It was terrible.
319's
the game was
also
buggy as hell,
bad.
crashing. People couldn't log in. In fact, right now, I still know individuals in my Discord who still cannot log in. They get in the 19,000K era. It just doesn't let them get into the game. They've tried reinstalling. They've tried refreshing. Whatever they do, it doesn't work. So in light of the very, very bad performance of the previous patch, they're still in line with 2022.
It's not that far off.
I've said this
It's
before
not that
in
far
previous videos discussing this topic, and that is you can't expect every year to be a record-breaking year.
It'll probably
and
hit
we've
over
yet
100.
To see it.
It'll be anywhere from 90.
Apart from the early years, but we've yet to see it in recent years. Every year is breaking records. And keep in mind that next month
it's probably
there's
break
going
over
to
100.
be Alien Week, and in Alien Week there might be a new
It'll get in the
concept we
90s.
have not known about. Now the blue areas here are the previous years. That's May. This is June. And we can see how the Junes have looked last year, pretty decent at 10 million. So considering that
I'm pretty
the
confident it's going to get
which is this
break
year,
100 million.
will come on sale again. I don't know if this is ready to go flight ready. They may surprise us with it. If they are planning on making some good money next month, then this should be the focus to get this flight ready. I believe this sold for $200 worldwide, so $220 around that price there when it's sold and in concept. So if this does go on sale and it is flight ready, which we don't know, then we can expect a good June month to bring us in line with the previous year. Apart from that, August, September, October, not much happening. But then November, December is when we have the IAE, and that is the big month. That's when the
November's
big sales happen again.
month.
And as you can see in recent years, that is when all the action takes place.
Yep.
So as far as the financial health
May and November are the
goes, as
money
far
makers.
as sales go, I would say I am pretty bullish. Surprisingly,
I am
in
too.
light of the horrible experience of 318, even 319 right now.
Yeah,
the issue we're having right now is there was the Invictus event, there's a free fly event, which is always tough on the servers, and a jump town on top of everything else at the same time. I know I'm having problems at the terminals. If you are lucky enough to
This is why
spawn
they're
at
doing
Grim
the little
Hex,
bit.
good luck to you. Might as well
the
shut down the
detour
game
into,
because the terminals
arena
are not
commanders
working.
and updating
You are not
maps
getting
so people
out of
can
there.
bring their friends
I had to
and play,
relaunch
you know?
several times to find a server
They're
where
doing
I
that
can
now.
access a terminal to pull a ship. It's not good looking good. It's looking bad.
Yeah, it
the
is.
experience
He's
right now is pretty bad. I spoke to a couple of people who do actively push for referrals, and they said the referrals they have, a couple of people have refunded. Well, one individual said that 7 out of 10 of the people who used his referral code actually refunded.
Wow.
I don't know how
think
you
that's
see
pretty
that.
high.
I haven't seen
I
that
don't know.
personally,
I don't
but
agree
apparently
with
you
that.
do see if
I
someone
doubt
has
that
basically used a
70%
referral code, bought the game, and then
refund rate,
refunded
I
the
doubt
game.
that.
I guess it pulls a referral away from you. So a fair amount of people buying the game, having a bad first experience,
But
and
the
then
experience
leaving
is
the
not
game.
good.
Very unfortunate.
You know, I've said this from the very beginning. I've been saying this for years and years. The new player experience. Well, we're going to get this introduction to a new player experience. And you know what? We're still in alpha, and they're giving us a new player experience, which tells you like the kind of crazy world we're living in right now in game development, where you're in an alpha and you have a new player experience, right? But it is definitely needed to continue the revenues and to keep going so that people have better experiences. And like I said last night, nobody's talked about it, but I'll continue to preach this, that this new direction into updating the maps for Arena Commander and bringing your friends into, we don't know what the cap is. We don't know how many people you can bring in, but is a very smart chess move on Cloud Imperium's part to continue to make people have better experiences, right? To have these, hopefully not any desync. I mean, like, maybe a little bit, but not nearly what we're getting in the PU, right? And I think it's a smart chess move, but again, the focus has to be on these roadblocks. Server meshing, number 1, quantum, AI, trading, number 2, right? These elements of game, this element of design, this element of gameplay, these are the things that people should start saying, hey, now we want to see more in these departments, right? We had an episode 1 talking about server meshing, but never any episode 2. Where's episode 2 at?
And I think we all know, those of us who played
Star
in this
Citizen,
patch and the previous patch,
Star
it is rough.
Citizen.
It is pretty rough.
Episode
so I'm
1,
surprised
server
even
meshing.
to see
Nothing else
18,
after
19
that.
million
Nothing
compared
else
to
after
last
that.
year,
That was
which was
months
pretty
ago.
good. And the Scorpius, which was an amazing ship for $200, coming close to it. So in light of all the bad
we're back,
experiences and
DEFCON.
the bad
PC
servers,
Potato
we
blew
are
up on
still
us, man.
closing in on the same figure as last year. To me, is impressive. So if they can just get the house in order there with the servers, get things working properly, I think we'll see a
But yeah, we
fairly
lost a lot of people because my
Alien
PC
Week.
Potato
If there
went
is a new
down.
concept coming up that will definitely push us over that. Did anyone say hover tank yet? Yes. So yeah, I'm surprised. I would have thought this would have been much worse, but it looks like we're pretty much in line. Even with the bad servers, people are still excited for the game because when it does work, it is indeed very impressive. And yeah, an extended day-to-day, we'll see what comes up
Right,
with that.
man.
I
So
expect
right,
it also. I
dude.
mean, yesterday, 1.4, still impressive, very impressive. Looking forward to what's coming down the pipe so far in 3.2.
Could
the
be
ship trespass
Stunner.
systems.
You could be right,
The
dude.
Musk Hull C, which I think will also be another
Yeah,
big
Theaters of
seller.
War
when
is
that
going to be
comes back
released.
on.
They're going to
Right
be
now we're
calling it Elite
319. You've seen all
Dangerous.
this before. We're currently playing it, and it looks good. The RSI Link seems to be a crowd favorite. And that's what we have coming forward in the short term. So, overall, RSI, CIG is in good shape. Even with the bad servers, even with the horrendous
exactly,
performance, even with
Agree
you
with
being
you, dude.
stuck at the terminals, not able to call your ship, sales are going along.
Oh, it better. You're
and
so
so
right,
far,
Mad
at
Style.
this
Never
point
in
in
the
time, it looks like 2023.
Listen, Mad Style is absolutely right. Mad Style says this year's CitizenCon better have something juicy. Dude.
Yes, sir. You're gonna eat me.
I think unlike other CitizenCons in other years, it's very important this year that Cloud Imperium have like a home run of a CitizenCon. A home run of a CitizenCon.
Will be in line with 2022 if there's a strong Alien Week and a few new concepts coming our way towards November, December. Looks like this might be a record-breaking year. But again, as I've said, I don't think we'll see record-breaking years every single year.
No, it
But,
won't. It won't. This year will not break 113. I'm predicting that. I'm saying anywhere from 95 to 105 million. I'm taking the 95 to 105 million. Is there anybody else that wants to price that? Anybody else on the Price is Right? Is somebody going to do the old penny? Is somebody out there going to do the penny? If you're playing Price is Right and you're hitting the penny, oh man, that's sketch. If you're the penny person on Price is Right, Fingers has 102 million. 102. Oh, you're going to, okay. All right, we're getting specific now. All right, we're playing this game. Fingers got 102, Red's got 101. I think I'm going to go with the 95. I'm going to go 95. I'm going to go 95. I'm going to go 95 mil. 95. Oh, Evil's taking the high. Evil's taking the 111. Ooh, Mad Style got the 98. God damn it, Mad Style. God damn it. I lost. Walmart's got 103. Cave's going low balling it. That's a good. He's saying 65. He's taking the 65 to 95 million range. Man, Cave's got that sweet, juicy 65 to 95 million range. That's a very good number you got there, unless somebody screws you up. If somebody screws up Dylan, and I'm not saying do that. Don't you dare do that to Dylan. Oh, Walmart. Those are interesting numbers.
So far, I eat my words because we're on track again for the same story. So there is your report. Hope you liked it. If you enjoy my content, ladies
It
and
will
gents,
not
you know what
beat
to do.
113 million.
Comments
though.
below.
It's not gonna
How much did you
eclipse last
spend
year.
during Invictus? I'm curious to know. And did any of your friends try this game for the first time? What did they think about it? I think the first play experience is kind of rough, especially
It's totally
with the servers
rough.
the way they are right.
And I've been saying for years they need to do something about it, even though it's an alpha. I got criticized for that. I was saying that years ago, before this was even on the fucking roadmap. And I was saying they need a better entry into the game for the experience of new players that make the pledges. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. And it's actually quite surprising that after all these years that Cloud Imperium has not made the entryway smoother. They have over time with the UI and the menus, they've made things cleaner and look better. The interface is much better than it used to be, much, much better. But they just need to go balls deep, make that plunge, and make sure that they make this experience A+, #1, best entry into an alpha ever. This world is crazy and I love it. This world is crazy and I love it. All right.